All right, so ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's your boy JP Justice. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are joining in from Simon's page, big shout out to my man, Mr. King Simon. Mr. Simon, I've known him for over nearly 3 decades now.
Yeah, definitely 3 decades.
One of the things that I appreciate when I talk and I kick it with him, I trust him. So knowing him for such a long time, I have never, not only has he not steered me wrong, I have never seen him with an ill intent towards another person. So when these things come up, the first person I usually think of, the first person that pops in my mind is, let me talk to Simon. Let me see what Simon would say. And ladies and gentlemen, Simon is a numerologist. Describe what you are so that this way I don't get it mixed up.
I'm a numerovator. I came up with a system called numerovation, where I use numerology, the science that goes back beyond Pythagoras, and I use the motivational principles. That's what numerovation comes from, what I've studied with Les Brown and various other people. And I motivate people with their numbers connected to their birthdays and their names. And also words and patterns and cycles. It's not psychic. It's not really fortune telling, but remember, numbers don't lie. So it can be so precise that it can be considered a fortune telling system, but it's really a fortunate system that can help you to navigate and tell you where you got to go and navigate to be your best, so you can be in the right place at the right time, especially with your numbers, because numbers don't lie. People lie to themselves.
So do me a favor, take your time and make sure you follow him. Make sure you go to him for a reading and stuff like that. He does personal readings and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you tune in. Also do me a favor and share. But today I'm just going to do random questions. I'm just going to do questions that I know people are asking. And how does this pertain to my everyday life? How does my everyday walk? How come is it? Because some people have things in their mind and you know it, but how can you further explain it? How can I get it out? How can I understand it? How can I say it to someone so that they understand? So these are going to be the questions that I'm going to have. We got a short amount of time, I got less than an hour. I don't know if he can even afford to give me that kind of time.
Yeah, I'm cool.
But so here we go. We was just talking about, and I just told him that I had diabetes.
Yes.
For those of us, and I also recognize that diabetes is the secret black killer. I've been talking to people, Simon, and these people have been telling me, everybody who I've been talking to are either telling me they are either pre-diabetic or they are diabetic.
Right.
And one guy even said to me, man, I'm scared. I don't even know what to do, man. I said, well, are you disciplining yourself to the foods and the thing? He said, I don't know what to do. And that's very common in our culture with us. But I think it's because we don't speak to one another. We don't talk out loud. And you know me, I'm a very transparent person. So I plan on making my condition, because it's not a disease, people. I don't want you to think of it as a disease. I want you to think of it as a condition that you can reverse or that you can help in a great, tremendous way. But to begin, you must accept it and you must discipline and focus yourself with it. So I asked my guy right here, King Simon. So I just got diagnosed with diabetes. It's been a week.
Right.
I've been up and down as far as emotion, but I'm not scared.
That's right. And you're more than likely, let me tell you something. It came about, of course, during years of it. That's because remember, diseases don't just show up.
My guy said that. Denny Mo said, he said you've been had it.
You from the time you started realizing you have a certain way, usually you can have it. It's just that we used to tell you about your eating habits before online. We used to say, come on, bro, you got to stop. We've been telling you that here. But that's why people like Dr. Africa, who I used to work with, Dr. Sabi, who I used to work with, Queen of Four, who I work with, those people suffered from a lot of those things in their past before they became holistic health. Remember, Dame Dash used to have Dr. Africa on his channel all the time. People don't remember that. And he had Yaki Awakening. So you can reverse this, but it's just a matter of changing that diet, because like Dr. Laila Africa used to say, the late great Dr. Laila, he says, we eat ourselves to the grave. We can eat ourselves to the grave or eat ourselves into a healthy manner. So I always pay attention to what the elders taught us. Even I had a little pain in the side and I said, you know what? I need to fast and cleanse my kidney. And sure enough, after one day of fasting, it cleansed it. It cleared up the pain. And so I'm waiting for some cranberry juice and black tart cherry juice to get in from the mail. They're coming in the mail. So I ordered organic cherry, because you got to cleanse your kidney. I have teas that cleanse kidneys and livers. And a good person that recommended me a lot of these teas that can help reverse the effects for diabetes and all that kind of stuff is a Dr. Shakira Moore, Dr. Karima King, sisters that are doing Dr. Sebi, Dr. Africa. But I would always recommend, if people were looking for Dr. Sebi, I always recommend them to go to the wife that started the healing journey with him, because he said that Ma'a Bowman was the one that had all those remedies that worked behind the scenes, because she wouldn't speak. And now all you have to do is go to figtreehd.com. Let me make sure y'all get that, because she's still around at 75 years of age, still doing her thing and still reversing cancers and all that kind of stuff, and diabetes and all that stuff. So she's in Brooklyn too. She's in Brooklyn. You can actually go over there and get a consultation with her and start reversing. It's just about changing. It's it's https://thefigtreehg.com. That's thefigtreehg.com. So
the fig tree
figtreehg.com. The fig tree. That's Dr. Sebi's wife, that he said she was the one that started all of these things. Before all of these women that came after him, that one was on the journey with him from the beginning of healing and helping people reverse the effects of. And her name was on that thing, on that document, when they said he cured AIDS. She was one of the women alongside Annette Thomas, Brother Red Pill and Blue Pill, and KT the Arch Degree. Also KT the Arch Degree. Very good people that can help you reverse the effects of these things.
All right. So one of the things that I hear, and I, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna jump around, but I'm gonna stay. I got one more diabetes question. One of the things that I hear people say is that it's expensive to starting to eat healthier.
Really? It's expensive for those doctor bills too. So you might as well invest in that. You might as well invest in better health than invest in the doctor bills and going to get your kidney transplant and getting insulin and all that kind of stuff. Come on, man. Stop.
All right. Hey, yo, that's crazy.
They bullshitting people. Excuse my language.
No, hey. So listen, so here's the advice that I had gave my friend. He said, man, I'm not doing all that organic and blah, 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 blah. And I said to him, the foods doesn't necessarily have to be organic. You just need to stay on the regimen of the food. Like, I personally think that the word organic is being exploited for people. Right. But if you eat like a regular carrot and an organic carrot, man, just wash off your carrot and
Well, in honesty, there is a difference, because the organic just means it's raised without the pesticides and all the madness that also can contribute to your health, bad health.
Okay, so
you just got to be very mindful. Look for those numbers. Like anything that starts with a number 9 is usually the organic ones that when you go into like Whole Foods or go into those persons that they sell organic stuff, the fruits and vegetables are supposed to start with a number 9. There's a number code that they put on it. It starts with a number 9. Then when you start seeing other numbers like 8 and 5 and 4 that it starts with, those are the ones that probably been either genetically modified or have been used by pesticides on it. So the number 9 that it starts with deals with the organic stuff that apparently deals with the organics. At the end of the day, you might have to learn how to raise and grow your own food. At the end, this is what we used to do.
I live in New York, so you know that's surely not going to happen. So
that's not true, because they got tower gardens that you can grow in your own house that will show you how to grow in your own house. You can look up the tower gardens. There's people that's doing. My mother grows her own food in her backyard in New York.
I've seen the tower gardens. I've seen that.
My mother grows her own food in the backyard, and she's 85 years old, still growing tomatoes and peppers and all kinds of stuff in her backyard.
So
no excuse.
The summertime is coming.
Yes.
The heat is here.
Right.
I drive Uber, and one of the ladies said, she was like, oh God, this heat, and you know how people are going to act. I noticed the spike in hostility and anger. First off, I don't know if you know, yesterday, old sherbet, vanilla and sherbet man was here in the Bronx.
Oh, really? The ice cream man?
You know who that is?
Nah, who that?
Donald Trump.
Oh, Trump. Oh.
Sherbet. He looked like sherbet and vanilla ice cream. Okay, he was in Crotona Park of all parks. Like really, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know nothing about the Bronx, know this: if you was ever in Crotona Park,
wow,
get out of Crotona Park. You know, I'm quite sure it's better now, and not even quite sure. It is way better now than it was in the 80s, but it's just not the park that you want to be in.
Right.
And he was there. They saying this summer is going to be one of those summers where the tension between him and just the way the country is going is going to be hot. What are your predictions on the summer?
Because we're in an 8-year cycle. And those who don't understand what I mean by 8-year cycle, when you add 2024, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. And as we're going into a 9-year cycle in 2025,
complete cycle. Oh,
yeah, but remember, 8 and 9 are two of the most argumentative numbers, where 8 is a number that old things may come back to either hurt you or haunt you. Like I said earlier about Cat Williams starting off the whole year with that big thing and outing out everybody, because it's revealing the old stuff that haunted him for these years. And now he's able to speak it out. And that's what that was. That set off the pace for everybody going on Club Shay Shay. And like I said, Shay Shay being born on the 26th, which is an 8, that's also one of the favorable numbers and frequencies for him. So this year can be argumentative if, especially foods contribute to it, lack of money might contribute, because 8 is supposed to be a money number, but it could be the loss of money and the gain of money. There's duality in all of this. So once you understand the duality, where the 9-year cycle, 2025, adds up to the 9-year cycle, where it could be the loss of patience and getting into arguments and contention, or it could be one of higher humanitarian service. There's a duality in all of this. So the summer can be heated if we're not balanced, because 8 is one of the even numbers that deals with balance, health, and having a healthy mindset of the energy that you attract to yourself. That's why I showed you on the board before we went live that 8 is like the infinity symbol. What goes around comes around, but it can either be positive or negative. What goes around comes around.
And it has no bias to it.
It has no bias to it. Black, white, everybody can get it. Because in every system, there is a numerology system. I have a numerology system from out of Europe. I got a numerology system out of Japan. I got a numerology books from out of China. I've numerology books. I study all the systems, so I can Kabbalah. I study the gematria. But I stay simple, try to motivate people, because everybody have their personal year. And right now, JP, according to your cycle, when I added your 11 plus the 11 plus the 2023, you're still in that 11-year cycle, which adds up to a number 2, which is a health cycle. So that's why this health thing revealed itself. Because your birthday hasn't come back around yet. So you're still in the effects of it.
Yeah, I'm still in that cycle.
Yeah, you're still in that cycle, feeling the effects.
So here we go. And this is from your great teachings, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Right.
So if 8 is what goes around comes around, and 9 is the closing of chapters, that means things are going to be exposed so that next year it could be a close, so that when we come into the 0 number, everything starts fresh.
It's right. The new one, number 1 beginning starts and come back again. Yes, that's right. That's right. Exactly where you're coming from.
That's even paying attention.
Because those are cycles. And remember, you can either spiral up on the cycle or spiral down or remain complacent in cycles. That's up to you.
It's so crazy. And ladies and gentlemen, tell me if I like, once again, I'm just randomly saying things, so let me know if y'all are feeling the same way. I have been preparing for a better time. Like, if you hear my talks now, like I had a meeting last night with some great people. I had a meeting last week with some great people, and I've been expressing to people my change in my lifestyle that I want to start to elevate. I'm recognizing, and this comes with age, I guess, or wisdom. Right. I'm recognizing my empathy towards other people and how it affects how I move forward.
Right.
So here I am. I'm doing multiple shows around the country. In my mind, I'm taking care of business. But I had to actually stop and think what I'm doing to my circle. And I'm running my circle ragged. And one of them is my wife. I'm listening to my wife complain about the work that I now just dropped on her. My kids, I listen to my kids complain about how all of a sudden they don't have time to do what I'm doing. So it made me say, I got to ease back on this. Understand where they're coming from, my team, and alleviate them and gain the team that wants to move forward with me in what I'm doing.
Right. That's right.
So that took a lot to not just recognize and understand, but to implement.
But and because not to cut your wisdom, because you're in an 11-year cycle since last year, and you're feeling the effects of the 3-year cycle, you're in an expansion cycle. But 11 is that you recognizing your mission even more. You recognize that's why you started doing more positive stuff in the morning and start dropping, because 11 is the missionary number, not missionary position, people.
I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly what I was like. Hey, how we get here? How do we get here?
The mission is on a mission, because 11, I'm in my 11th cycle too, since this year started. So I knew my mission on when I started writing down quotes and sayings and breaking down the mathematics to the quotes. I know my mission to serve the greater purpose of always trying to being able to numerate people and guide them with their numbers. So when they do a session with me, they don't feel down when they come to session. And I tell people, I don't do readings. I consult you and advise you on how to use the numbers closest to you, which is your birthday, and which is your names that you've been known as, the frequencies that you've been using, because everything is frequency and energy, and the universe is a mathematical book, according to Galileo, and according to Isaac Newton, according to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and all these scientists of the past and the present. They said that this is the binary code, the ones and the zero, which is a male and a female, to me, in a numerology. So they all have to work together to produce something.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are listening to my man, Mr. Simon, King Simon, the Numerator. If you're not following him, please do me a favor and follow him. If you are in the room right now, click share. It's not going to kill you. Click share. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get these numbers up. Let's get my man. And if you want a reading, he is available for readings. Definitely take the time out and come check him out for a reading. Not only is it knowledgeable and a learning experience, it's fun. He doesn't talk in a language that's above you.
That's right.
He brings it to you so that you can understand. This is one of the reasons why I trust him. All right. I'm feeling alone these days.
Makes sense.
I'm feeling like I'm hearing these messages for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like sounding like my calling.
Right. It is.
And when I try to ignore them, and this is a true situation. When I try to ignore the situation, King, it comes to me in my dreams.
That's right.
Like, you know that voice that you have in your head, and that voice that says blah 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 blah, and I pay no attention to it. Right. Later on, I'll dream about the voices and something in my dream will repeat the things that I was saying to myself during the day. What's that?
Remember, you're born under one of the most intuitive frequencies in numbers, 1111. Mm-hmm. And you see what other people don't see, and you've been doing that for years.
Come on, man.
I've known that because I remember you writing a book and doing your DVD and doing all that stuff, and and seeing, I was always intrigued with Jameek or JP. I know him as Jameek back in the day, and because where people would think big guys are always doofy and crazy, you was brilliant with your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You wrote the book. I got the book. It's in my archive from back in the day. I got the first CD or DVD you put out. I remember that.
So thank you for acknowledging that. People seem to think that I am not mentally there.
Oh, no, you definitely
are. You have no idea. You have no idea. But go ahead. I'm listening.
And because you're born under number 11, that's one of the most known frequency that people say they see, 1111, all that kind of stuff when it comes to angel numbers and what I call angle numbers. But when you're born under 11, 11 plus 11 equals 22. And 22 is also a master number of internal understanding and internal building and the willingness to architecturally build your life. And it comes with great power. So that's why I always tell people we're born under those master numbers. A lot of people want these master numbers. You got alignment number that's a master number 22. So you're supposed to do things on a global level. But because 11 is there, it's letting you know you got to do it your way, just like Frank Sinatra. I did it.
Oh my God. So here we go. I'm going to cut you off, but I just want to stop right there.
Go ahead,
so I recognized I had a very big problem with answering to people.
Yes.
So I recognized that I need to do this on my own.
Yes, sir.
It's probably one of the reasons why I never really had a real job during my adult life. But I'm recognizing now, and I don't know if this comes with age. Ladies and gentlemen, please put it in the comments if you got a question, or if you want to tag on to something that I'm saying, or if you feel like what I'm saying is what you're saying, but it's a little bit different. Please put it in the comments. Let them.
What year you born, JP? What year you born? Go ahead, keep on doing, but just tell me the year you're born.
70.
1970. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Keep on saying what you're saying.
So I'm realizing that my maverick habits aren't doing me any good if I'm not compassionate and understanding to those around me.
Right.
All I'm doing is trampling over people, and I'm not getting what I need to get done. So in my older age now, I'm understanding that. Look at this when I say this. Look, the game that people say you must play, I must at least understand it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Even if I choose not to play the game, I need to understand the game.
Yes, you do.
So that this way I can get what I need to get done.
That's right.
What do you think about that?
Well, your life path is a number 21. When I add that 11 plus 11 plus 1970, it adds up to 1992. And 1992, 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 2 equals 21, which is a 3. In my book, Numerovation for Mental Stability.
Make sure you get the book, people.
It's on Amazon. I got all my books on Amazon. I got 4 books. I got 5. I'm writing 6 more books before I leave this planet. It is what it is. But yeah, I tell my children that. I said, look, 10 book, I'm out of here. I got things to do on another planet. I got things. But
that's what my kids. I got things to do on another planet.
I got other planets too. But in my book, I talk about the number 21 being the number of the universe, and it's called the symbol of the world. It's called the crown of the Magi number, which is a number of advancement, receiving many honors in life, elevation, and success. But guess what it comes with? The crown of the Magi. In order for you to get this crown, JP, you have to go through your initiation, your test of your determination. In other words, you got to go through some stuff to get through some stuff. In order for it, but you got to realize that it's worth it, and it's not a quick sprint. It is a marathon for you. It is a marathon.
So let me add something to that.
Yes, sir.
One of my most favorite cartoons in the world is the Thundercats.
Yeah.
And there's a particular episode or episodes. It's like 5 episodes called The Test, where Lionel had to, because I don't know if let me just bring up the speed if you don't know about the Thundercats. Thundercats came from another planet, and they came to what we call Third Earth.
Right.
Number 3. They go to number 3.
Number 3 again. That's your life path.
Third Earth. That's probably what's drawing me to this. And Lionel went into the chambers, into the ship as a child, but he came out of the ship when they came to Third Earth as a grown adult. But mentally, he's still a cub.
Right.
But as a grown lion, he has to take his place as the lead of the cats.
Right.
But mentally, he isn't there. So they sent him through a bunch of tests. You hear where I'm going with this?
Mm-hmm.
He had to go through these initiational tests.
Yes, that's right.
To stand as the king of the lions.
That's right.
That cartoon has compelled me since a child.
Yep.
And I always feel like everything that I do
is a test.
Yes,
it is.
Bring me to greatness, because I'm always sought after for my knowledge. I'm always sought after for my know-how.
That's right.
My protection.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I've lately been feeling like I've been running from the major test that I was supposed to do.
Right.
Saying that's why this situation. This is God saying, "Hey, bro, I told you to take this test.
That's right.
You're not getting out of here without this test." And what's this test? It's the test of focus. This is the test of disciplining. This is a test of doing what you say you need to do.
Right.
Is that going along with what you were saying?
But yes, that goes along, because remember what I told you your alignment number is. It's the number 22 when you add 11 plus 11. That is the number of discipline. In order for you to be a master builder of anything or be a master number of anything, you have to be willing to discipline yourself to get to that master's degree.
Mm-hmm.
So you've always had these master numbers, whether you was doing frolicking and doing all kind of bull crap with women and all kind of stuff, you still had those master numbers around you, following you. And the life path follows you throughout your life in tandem with the 11s, the 22s, and everything. And because right now you're feeling the effects, because how old are you now, JP?
53.
You're in what we call the wisdom cycle. Because of the 1970 that you add up to, you're in a wisdom cycle, and that lasts for 28 years. And that wisdom cycle came in around your 50th birthday, your 52nd birthday. For 28 years, this wisdom cycle is predicated and connected to the 1970, which adds up to a 17, which says you're supposed to leave a legacy. So you're working on leaving and building your legacy.
I'm not even telling you this stuff. This is the things that are on my mind, bro. I'm not even.
This is the first time I found out the year you're born. So this is right now in time, right here on time. We doing.
No, bro, I didn't even tell you that, and that is exactly what are some of other, so that this way people can feel like what are some of the other mastery numbers that are in my realm, so that this way the listeners can what up Jeff, that they can feel a part of this as well. Like what are some of the other numbers that are in this cycle?
As far as what this year,
like I know I'm not the only person in this cycle right now. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, hey Jeff, this is my guy King Simon. King Simon is a numerologist, a numerovator. What's so wonderful about my man King here, Jeff? And Jeff, I would like to bring you in if you want to join in this conversation. We want to stay in this realm right here. What's so great about King is that he talks in a way that you to understand it. And Jeff is an outstanding dude and highly intelligent.
Keep it simple. Yes, sir.
Highly intelligent. Hold on. In fact, Jeff, hold on. I would love for you to come up in here, Jeff. Hold on. Jeff, I'm quite sure Jeff has some great questions too, because he's very in tuned. Hold on, Jeff. I'm coming to get you now, Jeff. Give me a second. Coming to get you, Jeff. Uncle Geoff, hold on, Uncle Geoff. I'm coming to get you now, Uncle Geoff.
That's interesting. The name Jeff adds up to a master number 22. So yeah, he's very in tune.
Oh, he's very in tune. Like when he talks so above what people can understand. Sometimes I sit there and go, this man is wise, like beyond his what's the name? Hey Jeff, I'm having a problem. Hold on, I'm gonna just bring it to you right here, bro. Do not sleep on numerology. Yes, I know. Trust me, I know. This is my guy right here.
Remember, the word only means the study of numbers. Look, come on, botany, zoology, biology, philosophy, or anything that deals with the ologies is only the study of. And using a clock is numerology. Using analytics and dealing with numbers is new. Anything that applies numbers to it is a form of numerology at different levels. That's all. That's all it is. Let's don't go crazy.
Come on in, Jeff. We got 20 minutes that we're gonna sit down and chill, but I want you to get a question in there too. Jeff is. I almost think that people fear Jeff because he doesn't talk today. And when I say he doesn't talk today, like
I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, he talks.
Yeah. He talks in that realm of higher levels, and yeah. Well, that name, I thought he spelled his name differently. I thought he spelled it Jeff, but he spelled it Geoff, correct? That was his name. Yeah. And that adds up to a 31, which says he's a mental child. He goes into his head. And the number 4 is a sign of Aquarius. So we're in the Aquarius age of the 4 energy. So he was thinking out there, huh?
Ain't that song?
Age of Aquarius.
I was scared of Play True growing up. I was always scared of that song.
I love that song, man. Because I'm Aquarius. That's my song. So I always love that song.
Yeah, that song it was a song that meant Quaaludes. That's the song. Hey, it reminds me of Vietnam. It reminds me of the 60s and the battles that you see, because they always used to put it with the freedom fighters. They used to always put it with the shooting at that college. They always put it with scenes of I'm trying to send the StreamYard link to my messenger. All right, hold on. I'm just trying to send it to your messenger. Hold on.
But while you're doing that, everybody, you got to remember, everyone has a personal year, a life path year, cycle, and all that. So If you add your month to show you how to get to your personal year, family, if you add the month that you were born with, the day you were born with, the year that we're in, if your birthday has already passed or if you're right around your birthday, now you're in the frequency of this year. But if your birthday ain't come yet, you're feeling the frequency of last year and feeling the frequency of this year too as your birthday starts to come in. So if your birthday is September 1st, you're still feeling the frequency of September of last year, 2023, but now you're also feeling the duality of both cycles until you get onto your birthday officially on your birthday. So it's you got to pay attention to the cycles, patterns, and sequences of numbers and how they work. I don't tell people to be like Jim Carrey, like 23, that movie 23, 23, get it so ingrained in it that you start bugging out and getting paranoid. No, I just say use it as a new motivational guide so you can navigate better and align yourself in order how to get to where you got to go. And what are some of the best moments for you to either write your book or do this or go get that education, go take that new class. I show you the cycles when I do a session for you. That's what I do.
Wonderful too.
Yeah.
Should people be afraid? Should people be afraid of all right, so let me say this.
Yeah,
if you don't believe, does that mean it doesn't affect you?
No, it doesn't matter. Because remember, I always tell people, I said, what's this number, JP?
2.
Does it care whether you believe it's 2 or not?
What kind of question is that?
It's on the wall. It doesn't care whether you believe it's 2 or not. Numbers don't care whether you believe it or not. It works behind the scenes. That's what Galileo and all of them was trying to tell us from Pythagoras. Remember, they studied it amongst the ancient Africans and the ancient melanated ones around the world. And then Pythagoras became the so-called father of numbers. He'd been studied it with the Indians, studied with Kemet, studied in all of those great temples. And then he became the father of numbers.
Okay. Hey,
so where did he get it from?
Hey, Geoff, this is the great King Simon. I've known him for nearly 30 years. Uncle Geoff here is a great comedian, writer, all that kind of stuff. Listen.
That makes sense because his name adds up to that name adds up to a number 30. That's a writer's number. That's a number of writing and articulating through music. He likes good music, especially he's an old school person, so I can tell that's the energy.
Once again, no one said anything to you.
I don't know. I'm just looking at his name. I didn't even get his birthday.
Man produces music. No one said anything to you.
I'm just showing you what I do.
Okay. What up, King? First off, I would rather it that we met under better circumstances because I have smarter friends than JP. But no, I'm just fucking around. JP is my man.
I know.
Bruh, it is so refreshing. Do you mind if I ask your age?
I'm 57.
Oh, you 57? Oh, okay, 59. I just turned 59. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
It is so refreshing to see us as a people come out of this socio-Judeo-Christian dogma, because what you talking about right now, King Simon, your grandmama would have whooped your ass for these devil numbers. Where's Jesus? What number is Jesus, nigga?
I could go to their book of numbers and show them. Really?
It's the fourth book in the Bible.
Exactly, the foundation of that damn book is book
right. So
wait. 4 is what? What's 4?
Numbers.
He said the
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers.
No, he said the 4th is the foundation.
It's the foundation. It represents foundation and structure, the building block of that book.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you guys build. I'm gonna let you guys build, but I have to say this. My daughter is now part of the Divine 9, and in her line, she's number 4. And when she was 4, I started crying because I said she's gonna hold that line down. And you just said 4 is the foundation.
That's right.
Oh my God, I fucking love you, Simon.
He brought it up. He brother went, I went with it.
JP, you're slowing the conversation down.
I'm sorry. I'm learning. But what's so amazing to me, Geoff, is that I'm not saying nothing to this guy, and this guy's saying everything that I'm doing.
Bruh, because I tell people, if you don't think God loves math, cut open an orange. The universe, the language of the universe is math.
Exactly.
Black people hear Old English and think that it's the language of their God. No, that's the language of your oppressor.
That's right.
The language of the universe is math.
Always,
brother. When you hear people say this dumb shit, why am I gonna learn this math? Because I ain't gonna use it nowhere. You ain't gonna never use this math. Well, no, your dumb ass ain't gonna never use this math. Scientists do, astronauts do, people that build tables do.
Exactly.
Your dumb ass just don't.
Everything.
The language of the universe is mathematics, brother.
That's right. Exactly.
That's why all of this makes sense. This brother has tapped in. When God want to speak to you, he speak to you in math. I even I don't take the King James version of the Bible any more serious than the Marvel universe, but I speak to Black people out of it because that's what they understand.
That's what they understand. Exactly.
Do you think there was a reason? You don't think it was a reason that Joshua marched around the walls of Jericho 13 times? You don't think that when God was talking to Noah, he didn't just go, hey, build a big fucking boat and go scoop up a gang of animals. No, he gave him specific mathematical instructions, told him to start building at a specific time because he had a specific numerical time in order for the flood.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I don't get into the fact that if that's the story of Noah is true, explain koala bears. I don't get into that. That'll fuck their mind up. I just stay right there. But brother, when you want to hear two things that put you closer, and I invite you, King Simon, and JP.
That's good.
You can come, JP, if King Simon comes. Other than that, you stay the fuck out. I do a show. It's coming back next week. It's called Giraffe Balls, where I get high as giraffe balls and talk to young cats about whatever they want. And I am also the pastor on Sundays of the First Church of Holy Shit. Somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere, so I pray from here. It saves me 10%. I never miss a game. The point that I'm making is that from a metaphysical, spiritual standpoint, if you want God to bless you, order and mathematics are where you start. If you are dead fucking broke, clean your house.
Exactly.
And count your money.
Exactly.
Clean your house and count exactly what you don't have. Because when you count exactly what you don't have and you count it with respect to exactly what you need, that mathematics comes together and what you need materializes. And it won't until you do those two things.
Exactly.
So this dude is
oh, this guy, I love him for over 30 years, man. So here's another question. These are random questions. So by we're gonna get
all your questions are. Keep going.
So here we go. I heard that sage, people said be careful with sage when you sage your house. They said when you sage your house, you're not just cleaning your house of bad vibes, you're resetting the blessings and everything. Is there any truth to that?
Well, you got to remember that's a lot of it is based on belief. Just like frankincense and myrrh is based on belief. So whatever energy you put behind it is what it is. Because I'll sage, but like somebody will say, burn frankincense first and then burn myrrh. You know what I'm saying? But because the magi's of history brought frankincense and myrrh to Jesus and gold and all of this, because it's supposed to be one of the valuable herbs of that time, and still a valuable herb of the sage is also valuable, but it's how you use it in moderation and how you use it. Whatever intentions you put behind it.
That's what I keep trying to tell people. Your intentions lead your belief.
That's exactly. So think about this. You know what we're talking about with the Bible. When you talk to anybody that subscribe to either the Bible or the Quran, and I've studied all of it. I got all of them. You look on the top of my thing. That's all of them scriptures up there. I got the Gnostic Bible. I got all of that. I got the Hebrew. I got the Quran. I got the tablets from Dr. York. I got all of this stuff.
Hey, Jeff, let me tell you something, Jeff. When the world ends, if you want to go to where the knowledge is, get to his house.
Okay. First off, do you think that it is a mistake that brother is this wise at this time?
Oh my God, you can listen.
Let me yeah, shut the fuck up, JP. Let me here's some real talk, bro. And I'm gonna compliment you, JP, but this is the only time I'm going to do it, I swear to God.
We usually had yo, Jeff. I mean, Simon. Me and him usually go back and forth, but today I'm listening, and I'm learning to let me listen.
And you know what? I don't know how this contentious energy. He remind one of my best friends, Kevin Rouse. I know that waterhead motherfucker's not watching this because he's a fucking idiot. We have the exact same energy. Like when he calls me on the phone, he goes, "Hey, nigga. I see you haven't walked out in traffic yet." And I went, "Yo, man, it's so great to hear that you haven't slipped up and bust your head open on the fucking sink," which means, hey man, I love you at a mission, but we ain't gonna say that shit. Anyway, everybody here has watched. Are y'all sci-fi fans by any chance?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. That's where you learn the science.
Come on, man.
Come on now.
This scene is at the beginning of Act 2 in every fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
The shit hits the fan. Shit goes way bad. And then the main characters need to go see the wise people, the council.
Yep.
In Black Panther, right at the beginning of Act 2, they got to talk about Killmonger. Every movie is right there.
Right.
Do you know who we are? We are the old people in the future.
Exactly.
We are that council.
You're talking about us right now.
Yes, you are the old JP. This is 2024. Do you think it's a mistake that we are in our 50s with this wisdom?
Exactly.
No. Whatever goes down, when the feces hit the rotary oscillator, this brother right here ain't going to have to look far for people to follow him because they're going to come to him.
Exactly.
So here's a question. Is it, and this is piggybacking off of Jeff, is it common for people in their older ages to understand quicker now? And when I say understand quicker,
JP froze.
Life things. Like, is it? No, I'm not frozen. Is it quicker? Is it understandable for older people to understand life things quicker now?
I mean,
say that again.
If it's easier for older people to understand things quicker now at their older age, we seem to retain history a little bit more. Because my grandfather at 100 still could tell you when he was with Marcus Garvey. And so even at 90, he sang the song that was to release Marcus Garvey because he was a friend of Marcus Garvey when he passed on at 103. And he was telling me, I'm the only one in the family that said, I'm going to interview you, Papa. Ooh. I have to interview you. And he told me this and told me that. He would remember the earthquakes back in Jamaica back in those days. I'm like, damn. But his mind was, because he read a lot and he listened to news, so he kept his mind very active. So you got a lot of old elders that are old fools. Let's be real with that. Mm-hmm. But even if you're an old fool, like Richard Pryor used to say, you don't get old by being no fool either, because obviously he knew how to navigate in his realm, whether he's silly elder still drinking and smoking or not. He still know how to navigate and stay out of people's way and stay out of trouble and still be able to tell you the story at the corner. And say, yo, I remember when that dude did. So everybody has their levels of remembering and retaining information and being able to disseminate it back in today. Like Nuri Muhammad just said on 19 Keys show, he said, when he was dealing drugs, he stopped dealing drugs and went to talk to the elders that was out there buying drugs from him. And he said, those people said they used to sell drugs and now they're using the drugs and keeping themselves down. So he learned from that and stopped doing drugs and became somebody in the Nation of Islam.
So here we go. Last question. Then I want to jump to Jeff, and I want to start with Jeff's birthday. Last question.
Okay.
I say that around 70, I'm ready to check out. Take me, like you said earlier, Simon.
Right.
Take me away. I got something work to do on another planet.
Exactly. Right.
Is that uncommon? Like is that a wrong thing to say?
I wouldn't say it's the wrong thing to say, because sometimes we can either predict our own leaving from this realm, because once we have to do is get rid of the illusion of death. We really don't die. This is an energy that's just inside of this meat suit that we have temporarily.
That's the
And
second.
that's the problem.
That's the second thing you said. What is it called? A meat suit?
Meat suit.
sack.
Meat sack, meat suit. You know, remember what Frankie Crocker
Earth
used to say?
suit.
You remember what Frankie Crocker said? We used to go, he said, we all going to be worm meat anyway. Frankie Crocker used to say this on radio back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta pay close attention. And one sister says she wants to come back as a geisha woman. I know a sister that says when she passed on, so she's putting that in reality. She's putting that in her reality. Watch the movie What Dreams May Come Through with Robin Williams.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
Yo, listen, this is the second movie today, man. It's the second movie. Hold on, let me make sure I put this. Serpent in the Rainbow. Hold on, Serpent in the Rainbow.
Jeff.
Number one. Perhaps you have spoken into existence or seen from a previous experience that at 70 you're gonna check out of here, but that's your shit. Look here, the way I'm eating and the way I'm living, I'm expecting to check out here about 110, ripping my wife's thing out the frame. Okay, that's what I want.
Tell them your birthday and your year and everything.
Me, okay, May 20th, 1965.
What's so funny now? You see what he said? He said he born May 20th.
Yes, sir.
1965. 1965.
Mm-hmm.
Now that life path is a number one. When you break it all down, it breaks up to 19, which is a one. So his life path says he's here to shine light onto things that's supposed to be seen. And that's why being born May 20th, it says he loved education, he loves to research, he loves to dig deep, because his alignment number is a number 25, and 25 is a number of observation and listening more than he talks. So he reads people very well, and when his intuition says go, he goes. When his intuition says don't go, he leave that shit alone, or that's what he should do. And 20 in numerology, in compound numerology, is the number of the awakening and discernment, that there's some great thing he came here to do, not only in the spiritual realm, but also on the physical realm. So 20, from my perspective, is a master number potential, because it's 0 as protection and infinite potential behind any number it follows. Just like going to the bank and having $20 today, but yet having $20,000 next week. It's like, whoa, you feel the potential of having all those zeros behind it.
Hey, ask him his job, Simon. Tell him your job. Tell him what you do for a living.
What he does?
Jeff, Uncle Geoff. Other than comedy, tell him what you do.
Man. Okay.
One of the jobs. I know you got plenty.
One of the jobs. I produced. Here's the problem, King Simon.
Yes.
Anything I do for an hour looks like I've been doing it for a year. I've always been high functioning. I produce music. I sell music. I'm a writer for a lot of comics you think are funny by themselves. With the exception of Eddie Murphy and Robert Townsend, you can't name a black comic you respect that I haven't written for.
Wow.
Very
co-wrote D.L. Hughley's Special Contrarian.
Wow.
For many years, I wrote for D.L. Hughley.
I watched it. I just watched it the other day too.
Yeah. And off and on, like when he gets ready to tune up for a special, we'll write together. But what the creator has put upon me is, and I know you feel this gravitational pull, which is why we're going to take the time to describe it to you, JP, because none of this shit has happened to you. The creator has put upon me the desire, and not on none of that hold of the boko shot, thank you Jesus bullshit, none of that, on to be a righteous beacon. There's a reason that words come out of me this way.
That's right.
And that reason is not just for me to sound dope at dinner parties. We have youngsters coming up behind us. Can y'all hear me good? Is the game good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wonderful, outstanding microphone.
Okay. There are some young bucks that's come. That's why I can't throw out, and I get on old heads that talk shit about the entire generation coming up behind us, because it's not all of them.
Exactly.
You got some smart young people coming up, bro. And I'm betting on them because they have seen nothing of this American dream that was fed to us.
Right.
These are the crack babies.
Right.
They didn't see this. They saw. This is why so many of them disavow us, is because they saw their elders fail them in real time.
Yeah.
Oh, repeat that, bro.
So many. No, I won't repeat it. You got to keep up. No, so many of them saw, we had far more examples of successful Black men and women who may have went the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
They had failures in real time right in front of them. They saw they parents if they had this opportunity, they saw their parents go from productive to giving head behind the grocery store to fill a pipe. Or that's the world they came into, and they didn't even see that.
They didn't see no greatness. There's no balance of greatness. There's no bar of greatness.
Barometer.
You have no barometer of greatness. So they only seen failure. So that's why they reject us now, because they understand, like you said, they're in tune with what's going on and what's greater. So they're not, when they see their immediate past, their immediate family members, they saw it in real time, the failure. But I also see this, so I'm not going to believe you. So the youth rejects adults.
Well, here's the danger in that, and I tell them this: oftentimes you mistake, or you're not in tune with the difference between wisdom and access to information. The janitor got keys to the library.
That's right.
Shout out to the janitors. I ain't
saying
that.
Shout out to janitors.
I ain't mad at the janitors.
Dick Gregory used to shout out the janitors. Dick Gregory used to shout out the janitors. And that was
you got to shout out the janitor, bro. The janitor know everybody business, cleaning the lockers out.
Exactly.
But because they have one of these, they are very quick to dismiss the fact that 2 + 2 can somehow not equal 4 if you have not qualified what makes up those 2, and if you have not qualified why you need this 4. What if you need 2 times 2? What if you need 88 divided by 44? You don't know. So you've been told 2 + 2 = 4. Well, take that on out there then. Because I'm here. Because what I can bring to you, and this is why I speak to them this way, is instead of me telling you what all I know, I open up my grand encyclopedia of fuck ups and go, look, I'm telling you not to do this, young man or young sister, because this is what happened to me. When I bought a car the wrong way, this is what happened. When I married the wrong person, this is what happened. When I handle my finances funky, this is what happened. When I trust the wrong person, this is what happened. And I'm telling you that I already fucked up that way. Not that I am all wise. No, I have fucked up a lot and survived it. So yeah.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
Because we only doing it for 2 hours and I got shit to do. First off, I'm glad that you came in. That last statement that you said, I love it. I gotta let Simon go because he got things to do. He got his own.
I don't have shit to do. I don't. I was sitting around picking lint out of my neighbor.
3 hours behind us. Like for us, it's 9 o'clock in the morning for you, right?
Yeah.
You're in LA.
Yeah,
I'm in LA. I just happened. I saw JP was live, and I always dig his show. More than that, I'm out to prove that that's not really JP's house. He's in the back of an old video game store. You see those lights in the back? He looks like he fixes pinball machines. So I did too, bro. We got a link. We got a link.
Yeah, we got it. Because I'm glad what you said, because what you want to do. Because remember what I said about that number 20. You came to do some great purpose, great things, really, especially for healing. He definitely came to do. People born on the 20th have done some extraordinary thing in history. Spike Lee is born on the 20th. Sidney Poitier is born on the 20th. Rihanna is born on the 20th. KRS-One is born on the 20th. Of course, Snoop Dogg is born on the 20th. Luciano, the reggae artist, is born on the 20th. They came to do in their own perspective, in their own right. That, and Busta Rhymes, you and him born the same day. So y'all came to do y'all work.
And you know what? If I may, I'm gonna say this real quick. Yes, the heifers that destroyed my life, my ex-wives, were both born on the 19th.
It's just enough because 20 goes through extremities with their relationship. That's so interesting you said that.
I do want to say this real quick. Jeff, KRS-One is a rapper. I don't want you to think that it's code that you.
Okay. Well, you don't want me to. Do you want me to break down his real name? And that is
okay. Now we got the bra.
Okay. That's my favorite rapper.
Exactly. Nigga. I love KRS-One, man.
Hey, we got to get ready to get up out of here. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for coming out. Do me a favor, follow both these guys. Make sure you follow King Simon.
What's your Instagram, Uncle Geoff?
My Instagram is somebody hacked it, so I took I changed it. It's at your mama's house. YAMAMMAZHOUSE. At your mama's house. So that's where it's going down, at your mama's house.
Link with me. Send me a message and I'll link you two together.
Yeah. Give him a connect. Yeah, definitely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you do me a favor. Follow my man, Mr. King Simon, the New Motivational. Make sure you go for him for a personal reading. Make sure you check out my man Jeff. Now that Jeff is down here with us, Jeff has the. Are you doing it still Sundays?
No, it's the following. So the next show is Wednesday the 29th is Giraffe Balls is coming back. I've revamped the show, got AI and shit working for me. And
wait a minute. You got what working for you?
I have AI, but I'm not. No. Okay. Would you like for me to clear it up so that you're still a fucking idiot?
First, give me an apology.
No, I won't. And I'll tell you why. This is worth extending the show. I don't use AI for what I can do. I use AI for what I can't.
Listen to me. Listen what I was saying about it.
No, not done.
Listen, hold on, Jeff. A year ago, I said to people, even if you don't like it and you don't want to use it, understand the language because it's going to change the world. I said this, people are hitting me up now saying, Jay, you've been talking about this for about a year now. Even if you don't like AI, trust me, man. Jeff, I even said to you, I agree. This shit is getting ready to pick into our lives, bro. This shit is about ready to really fuck us up if possible, but you better understand it.
No, it's not about, okay, and this is a whole, I know y'all got shit to do. I don't use AI to write shit because I'm a writer. I don't use AI to solve problems because I understand math. I use AI for artwork because it would cost me $5,000 to get somebody to do what I'm doing with art with AI. And AI is what the problem is that the minute you use AI, it's not about what it's doing for you. You're informing it that this is right where I frustrate.
Yep.
So
this is as smart as I am.
You know what I just got my AI chat GPT to do for me? To help me write a patent for an idea.
Exactly. I would never do that.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, this is boy JP Justice. Hey, yo, Simon, can I tell you something? When I said something about AI about a year ago, this guy down here slaughtered me.
And I'm on the same page.
He slaughtered me in this show.
On the same page.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy JP Justice. Thank you so much. I love these brothers. Thank y'all for coming through, brothers. Once again, this was Random Questions with my man, Mr. King Simon. We were joined by the great Jeff, Uncle Geoff as well. Tune in. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be here. Y'all do know about my diabetes right now, so I'm being very transparent. My page that has been going on since 2016 called #IWannaLive has been reactivated, and I promise you I'll be dropping videos.
JP, I'm gonna put my number in the back. You have to call me.
I promise I will. And
JP, do me a favor. Don't because you're born with that master number 22 alignment. Don't claim it. Reframe it.
You heard what I said. The condition. I already said it's not a disease. It's a condition that I can redirect. This is God telling me to focus and discipline. You can get over this, but you need to do the things that you have been running from. And what have I been running from? Focusing and disciplining myself.
No, it's the dirty 4-letter word diet, brother.
Well, it's the diet as well. That's what I need to focus and discipline.
Period.
Right. You ain't die yet.
Exactly.
Brother Geoff, I left my number up there. You guys in the background.
I'm locking you in right now, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna lock you in right now too, brother.
Also, I want to get up in here with you, pause with you, Simon. I want to sit down with you and my daughters. They're into real heavy as well.
Great. I love it.
I had a great time with y'all, ladies and gentlemen. Tune in. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna log out, but you guys, King Simon and Geoff, y'all don't have to go nowhere. Let me just end this stream.